Given the requirement under the 1987 Constitution that no money shall be paid out of the Treasury except in pursuance of an appropriation made by law, does the practice of pooling earmark revenues into the general fund comply with this provision? How does the Department of Justice assess the legality of this practice? Number two, how does DOJ reconcile the legal requirement of earmarking specific funds under laws like RA 11203, the Rice Tarification Law, and RA 10929, the Free Wi-Fi Law, and all other laws with the one fund concept under EO 292 and PD 1177? Is there a potential conflict between these mandates? So how do we address this? Number three, what legal safeguards are in place to prevent the misuse of earmarked funds when they are pooled into the general fund? How does the DOJ ensure that these funds are not diverted to other purposes in violation of earmarking laws? Number four, under PD 1177 and EO number 292, there are provisions allowing the reversion of unused special funds to the general fund. Can DOJ provide clarity on the legal circumstances under which such reversions are allowed and how this aligns with the original purpose of earmarked funds? Given that the revised, number five, given that the revised penal code defines technical malversation as the use of public funds for a purpose other than that for which they were appropriated, does the pooling of earmarked revenues or earmarked funds into the general fund, particularly when they are spent elsewhere or used to generate interest, pose a risk of technical malversation? Number six, in the case of technical malversation, intent is not a necessary element for prosecution. Does the Secretary or does DOJ believe that the sponsor believe that the current practice of pooling earmarked funds could unintentionally lead to legal liability for public officers, even if no malice is intended? How can this be prevented? Number seven, the Supreme Court in the Lagman versus Ochoa case declared the reallocation of funds under the Disbursement Acceleration Program, or DAP, unconstitutional, particularly because funds were used for purpose not explicitly authorized by Congress. How does the DOJ view the current practice of pooling earmarked revenues in light of this ruling? Are there risks of a similar constitutional violation? Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, gusto ko lang naman po ilagay sa tama itong paggamit ng earmarked revenues. Ayoko naman pong ma-declare tayong unconstitutional. Tayo po ang power of the purse. Dapat minomonitor po natin ang paggamit nito at dapat alam po natin at may transparency kung pinupool man nila ang perang to. Magkano ang ginamit nila dito? Saan nila ginamit? Wala pong reporting sa atin dito sa Kongreso. That's why I want to know, at sinabi po sa akin kasi kanina ni Madam Sponsor, itanong ko daw po sa DOJ kasi legal question. Kaya po ako nagtatanong, dahil ako, nandito tayo sa Kongreso, tayo dapat ang gumagawa ng mga batas ginawa natin yung batas to be earmarked for a certain fund. Pero because kailangan natin ng pera, gusto nating gabitin at galawin. Ang tanong kasi, ano ba ang legal basis kung pwede ba natin talagang gamitin itong pondong naka-earmark para sa isang bagay? Yung cash. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, we regret that we cannot answer the question of the Honorable Herrera because this would amount to giving advisory opinion. However, this representation suggests possible answers, Mr. Speaker, to the query being raised by the Honorable Herrera. Number one, we can use the oversight power or function of the Committee on Appropriations so that once and for all we can finally discuss and settle the issue of the earmark funds. Number two, remedial legislation, Mr. Speaker, wherein we can propose amendments on the particular presidential decree, especially on the use of the earmark funds. And number three, if possible, we can indicate in the general appropriations if special provisions, especially with respect to the transparency in using this particular fund, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker? Mr. Speaker, precisely, Mr. Speaker, talaga pong humihingi po ako sa Committee on Appropriations, baka dapat bago po natin ipasa itong batas na ito, itong General Appropriations Act, once and for all, let us settle the issue of earmark revenues. Year in, year out, iba-iba po ang sagot sa atin ng DBCC. Last year, sinabi, hindi ginagamit yung pera. The other year, sinasabi, naka-intact siya. Then all of a sudden, this year, ginagamit na yung pera. Dati, sinasabi, hindi siya nag-earn ng interest. The following year, nag-earn ng interest. Tapos bigla ngayon, nawawala na naman yung pera, hindi ginagamit. At iba-iba yung sagot. So, but at least one thing is now clear. They said that they are using the money for habang siya ay hindi ginagamit for the purpose it was intended. Kaya, Mr. Speaker, ayaw naman po natin na ma-question tayo sa Supreme Court. Tayo po ang may power of the purse dito. Ayoko rin naman na yung pera, hindi natin alam kung kailan hiniram at saan ginamit nung hiniram. At paano po ang pananagutan kung hindi na kayang ibalik? Ito po yung mga kasagutan na I think has to be settled before we pass the GAA, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor. Sana po, as a sponsor of DOJ, pagtulungan po natin ito. Gusto ko lang pong ilagay sa tama, the one fund concept is a beautiful concept, which was passed as a presidential decree during the time of President Marcos Sr. in 1977. Hindi pa po ito na-amend hanggang ngayon, na-overtaken na po siya. So it's something that maybe we should take a look at here in Congress kung talagang ngayong sinasabi na ginagamit itong pera na hindi pa kasi kailangan ng pinagagamitan. I just want na maayos ito para may matinong sistema and transparency. Again, it has to be reported to us. There has to be transparency every time they use the money. Kasi yun, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor.
Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We join the desire of the Honorable Herrera, as well as the sponsor of the Department of Justice, to track the fiscal management of earmarked funds and ensure transparency in the collection and expenditure thereof. And as earlier agreed between the sponsor and the Honorable Herrera, the Committee on Appropriations, through the sponsor, has been requested to exercise its oversight as the body responsible for the disbursement, together with the Executive Department. Second, a special provision in the national budget or in the General Appropriations Act for 2025 will be considered by the Committee on Appropriations to address lapses in the law, as well as number 3, the possible consideration of amendments to EO 292 as well as Presidential Decree 117 to ensure that future appropriations of earmarked funds will be tracked and will be transparent, not only to satisfy today's deliberations with the Honorable Herrera as well as the sponsor, but for future generations to ensure transparency in the use of public funds as required by the Constitution. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, we, as part of the majority, we give this commitment to the Honorable Herrera together with the sponsor, the Honorable Bongalon for the Department of Justice.
Mr. Speaker, bago po natin ipasa ang GAA natin po sana at magkaroon na po tayo ng transparency or malagay na natin sa special provision as to the transparency of the use of the earmarked revenues, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, during the period of amendments, the small group to be requested will report to the Committee on Appropriations, and the Honorable Bongalon will ensure that the special provision requested to track the fiscal management of these earmarked funds will be considered during the period of amendments. That's all, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Herrera.
Mr. Speaker, and of course, yung mapag-usapan din po natin during the oversight before we pass the budget. If
Absolutely,
it's really
Mr.
legally, it's something that we can really do. Kasi syempre may may-ari, naka-earmark siya sa agency. Hindi ba dapat ipaalam, kaya nga maraming dapat pag-usapan kasi hindi ba dapat ipaalam muna doon sa agency na yun, nahihiramin yung pera bago siya gagamitin?
Mr. Speaker, can I request that the Honorable Bongalon be recognized to assure the minority that the request for discussions over the oversight of these funds will be
The Honorable Bongalon is
considered
recognized.
during the deliberation?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Again, given that the DOJ cannot give its legal opinion on the matter, as mentioned earlier, we can exercise the oversight function of the Committee on Appropriations with respect to the issue of the earmark funds, and also the practical solution wherein to draft a special provision to ensure the transparency of the use of these earmark funds. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague.
Honorable Herrera.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, hintayin ko na lang po yung oversight function. Isa lang pong interest natin dito to make sure na hindi technical malversation ang paghiram ng pera para sa pondong naka-earmark para sa isang specific program or project. Yun lamang po, Mr. Speaker. Maraming salamat po. Mr. Sponsor, thank you.
Thank you, Honorable
Yes,
Herrera.
distinguished colleague.
Thank you, the Honorable Bongalon.